Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do first impressions on two Hogue knives. So these were loaned into me by my good buddy Casey over at Knives Fast. So let's go ahead and put his sticker up here. I always have mine here because of the exposure on the camera. It's not because I want you to see my name 5 times, so I apologize for that. But yeah. Let's do this instead, actually. Let's take one of these cool stickers from Casey and swap it out. How about that? Bang. Little Knives Fast edition of LeftyEDC. So thank you to my brother Casey Knives Fast for loaning these to me. This one here is the Hogue Deka version 2. So there's some differences from the version 1. I never had the version 1, but... so I don't know what the changes are, but I think I know some of them, so I'll get into that. And this is the Sig Sauer, made by Hogue, K320? K320. There it is. This is a user for Casey, for sure. He has told me about this knife many a time and how much he loves it. I've heard a lot of people rant about this knife and how much they love it. So I really wanted to try one out, and that was kind of the idea here. So let's talk about the Deka first. So the Hogue Deka came out sometime in 2020, I believe, and it comes in a few variations of this sort of Damascus, I think they call it. It's like Damascus G10, get it? It's the mix of G10. I think there's a blue one, a red one. There's like a red, white, and blue one. There's this camo one. I don't know if they do solid colors, like just black or something. And then they have 2 blade shapes. They have this sort of drop point, and then they have their version of I think it's a worn cliff, but it's got a dual compound grind on it. It might be more like a sheep's foot. I'm not sure. I forget what they call it. Sorry. But it's sort of a Warren Cliff type blade. This does come with a deep carry clip, which is phenomenal, guys. This looks like an amazing clip. I haven't carried this yet. I unboxed them last night on the live stream. That's why there's no unboxing videos for these, so I just wanted to give my impressions. I flicked them a couple times last night, and then just now I flipped the clips, and I was like, let's do some first impressions. So we're doing this organically here. I really am digging this clip. I mean, that tension feels great. I could play with that all day. It's just a sexy ass looking clip. To me, it's one of the nicest fold over clips I've seen. Just done really well. Now, it doesn't recess into the G10, and neither do the screws, which kind of sucks. And it's sort of odd to me, but you can see there the cutout in the G10 is smaller than the clip. So, like, the clip only goes to here on the cutout. Isn't that weird? I wonder if that's just on the left side? Why would they do that? This is a version 2. Hold on, let's... Cool thing is it's all T8. Now, one thing I wanted to point out when I reversed the clip that sucked is this screw is all the way up here, so you kind of have to go in on an angle with your T8 and like really put pressure on it because you don't want to slip out, because it will be easy to slip out. And I'm naturally going to be tearing up the inside of this clip just because I have to get that angle. I'm using a standard 1/4 inch bit, so maybe if you used 4mm, maybe it would slide in there easier. So there's the cutout, and they do use these nice threads in there. I like that. And here it is on the other side. Let's see. So yeah, the clip leaves that extra space. That is super strange. I wonder why they do that. So let me get this back in, and then we can go over the rest of the knife. But I wanted to point that out because that was really odd to me. And I mean, granted, I don't think I saw any reviews on this knife yet. I don't avoid reviews like some guys do of knives that I'm going to review. Because first off, I didn't know I was going to review this. And second, like... I'm still going to have my opinion. If anything, I might learn something that I didn't know about a knife, which is good. So anyway, that clip is very strange. I don't like that it doesn't recess, or the, I guess it recesses a little bit, but because it doesn't quite go all the way, it's almost like they thought of the clip after they did the scales. They were like, wait, maybe we should make a deep carry clip. I don't know. Or this is a one-off, but I'm pretty sure this is a stock clip. So, moving on. This used to have screws all up on here, and they toned it down a lot. They got rid of, like, 2 screws in the center here. It still has a lot of screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side. And I guess 1, 2, 3 on this side. So that's good. So anyway, they toned down the screws. That's another change. Other than that, I'm not sure. Maybe the studs are different. They have these crazy looking studs. See that? I know the light's not great. Let me get something for contrast real quick. Let's see if you can see it better. There you go. See that sort of star shape on the screws or the studs? They are awesome. Now, if this knife had like a super strong detent, like a flipper or something, or like a frame lock, they might hurt, but it's a pretty soft detent, so it doesn't. It's really nice. They catch your finger really well. I've noticed that so far. I really enjoy these. Like, I can just kind of hover right over the thumb stud, and it'll catch my finger. The detent on this, I will say, the springs feel way better than a Benchmade. I feel like I get a little more of a flick going, like a little more built-up momentum, so to speak. So, basically, detent is a little stronger. You can reverse flick it. What happened to his sticker? Oh, here it is. You can reverse flick it very well. Obviously, like any axis lock, you got to give it more of an oomph than you would with a knife with a detent. But it's good. This is 20 CV, and look how thin that grind is there, or the stock is. And this is scary fucking sticky sharp. Like, yeah, this is a mean factory edge, guys. And Hogue is known for that, so that's no surprise. It's a little sticky on the axis lock. I don't know if you hear that. But it doesn't bother me. I'm used to that with axis locks, and to me it's almost like a tactile thing. I kind of like it. And it usually breaks in as well, because there's a coating on the blade, there's a coating on the bar, and that's probably what's catching on there. No big deal to me. Centering's off to the show side. I have heard that's an issue with Dekas, and it kind of happens on all of them, according to somebody I know who has multiple. There's no play, no rock, and it is awesome action. I mean, this is 10 times better than how a Benchmade comes out of the box. Awesome action. It is on washers, so that's, I mean, it's even better that it's on washers and does that. It is an Elishewitz design, and it's in 20 CV. Really cool. USA made. I think this is a home run. I mean, seriously, if you're comparing to the bug out, this is the way to go. I mean, you're going to get G10. You're going to get 20 CV. You're going to get way better action. You're going to get a fucking a much better edge. Probably a thinner grind. Deep carry clip. I mean, bug out comes with that. I don't need to compare those. Sorry. But I really like this thing, guys. I'm getting used to the sort of ergos on the flickage. Like, it kind of hits my palm weird, but I'm getting used to it now. Ergos in the hand are good. I do wish there was a choil up here, but you can sort of climb up like this and do that. Just be careful with that sticky edge. It feels good in hand. Not quite as good as a bug out does, but it's close. I do feel that clip a little bit. So, yeah, I hadn't really dove into ergos yet. This isn't great. It's not that good, actually. It's kind of uncomfortable, to be honest. Climbing up here feels better, but it's also weird. So that's a pretty big negative, actually, is the ergos. I much prefer the bug out. And I think maybe it's just my hand is bigger than what they were going for here. So I think with a smaller hand, it'd be more comfortable. But that is the Hogue Deka version 2. Definitely a solid knife, solid offering for like $150. I think that's a great great price and knife from Hogue. So this is the K320 everybody raves about. And I gotta say, I get it, but I don't get it. So, my biggest issue with it so far is it's sort of slippery, and I can't get a great grip for disengaging the lock, and I'm kind of slipping and then like not having a great time with it. I don't know if it's better right-handed. I kind of do the same thing. I flipped the clip thinking that would help, but it's sort of like a Mannix 2 situation where a lot of people love that knife. And for me, my hand, it just doesn't quite, it like slips out. Like so when you close an axis lock, what you do is you put your fingers here and you palm the end of the handle and you pull down. And that's how you get traction so you can pull down. Well, on the Mannix 2 and this knife, when I do that, the butt slips out like that. I have it here and then it slides out and then I lose my traction. And now I can't obviously pull down with nothing to give it, you know, any structure. So it's just a little awkward for me, and the butt end here is slipping out of the palm of my hand. So I don't know how right-handed maybe they hold it up higher or it catches better. I don't know. It's weird. You'd think it would do the same thing, but it doesn't. It feels awkward. In terms of like detent and everything, obviously it's an axis lock. So it doesn't really have one, but I don't mind, you know, I don't really mind the reverse flick or the thumb flick on it. You can obviously slow roll it out pretty well. So all those things are pretty good on it. It's just a bit slippery for me. So we'll see how it goes once I'm not sitting at a desk. Like a lot of times a knife will feel one way sitting down, and then I'll get up, walk around the house with it or whatever, and then it'll feel a different way. So we'll see how it feels. Right now, it's sort of a pain to disengage. I'm getting used to it. But the detent, so to speak, yeah, it's not really a detent, but it works, and I get it. I think it's fun to use, for sure. This is an S30V, by the way, which is interesting. Good steel. Still got a good factory edge on it, feels like. It's really been used, so it could have been sharpened by Casey. I don't know. You can rock this tip up or tip down. It is FRN, but they did a good job with it, I'll say. It feels really good. I wish they would have put a little bit of this sandpaper grit down here so that I could palm it better. That's really my only issue with the knife right now. Ergonomically, this feels really good in my hand back here. Choked up, it feels amazing. I could definitely see this being a work knife for somebody. It's got a pretty robust handle and everything, and then the blade is definitely thick enough, tall enough. It's got good enough steel. It's going to be a good worker. The choil is excellent, and my finger lands in a great spot. So absolutely liking these knives. We'll see how it goes. So that's the Sig K320 and the Deka V2. Thank you to Knives Fast. Go check out his channel, guys. I absolutely love you all. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.